Hey there guys, Adorcast here, aka JediBro95. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In this video is going to be a bit of a discussion slash a bit of a rant about the shooting in NBA 2K21. I'm not here to complain that the community is trying to ruin the game or everything. What I'm doing is basically, I'm going to hold Mike Wang accountable here. I'm going to call out Mike Wang and tell him that we caught you lying again, essentially. We basically caught you lying because Mike Wang, we all have seen this tweet, and this was a big part of the entirety of people's builds this year. Other than announcing what ball handle you need to get pro dribble moves. 2K announced this year that in order to have a good jump shot, like to be a consistent threat from behind the arc, you needed to have a mid 70s leaning to a 75 3-point shot. And he said also that if there was people greening with a 57-3, obviously there was going to be hot fixes. Now, great. I didn't have a problem with that. Okay? In fact, I welcomed that. I thought it was a good idea. I thought 2K hit a home run with that decision, and I thought that it was probably the best decision they could have done, other than restricting certain jump shot animations from bigs, or even just making sure that ball handlers had their own dribble moves and shit. I had no problem with that, but, and this is the big thing, what you're about to see right now basically confirms that they lied again, and it's so frustrating to see 2K lie again. And I'm not going to let them get away with it this time. I'm calling Mike Wang out for lying. Because you see on this screenshot here. Now, what you see basically are two graphs. You see the first graph that I'm going to show you is with a 93-point rating, okay? So the first graph you see is basically shot percentages with or without the meter in 2K20 and 2K21 at a 93-point rating. Now, these are really great. Okay, these are really great, and obviously, when you're a high three-point shooter, obviously you expect to have a high three-point rating if you got a good three-point shot. I understand that. However, keep in mind again, Mike Wang said that you needed a minimum of a 75 to be considered a threat. Well, if you look at this screenshot, you can clearly see that a 75 three-pointer is not a threat. It's nothing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know where you get the idea of a threat from, but 75 three-point rating is not a threat. In this game, that equates to about 32% three-point shot. That is nothing. Like, I've witnessed this firsthand, but I never paid any attention to it because I just thought, my buddies needed just the ones that made these made the shooting centers and shooting bigs and all those other types of shooters. I just thought they needed to just get their badges in order to have their percentages raised. But that's not the case. Like, I'm watching this gameplay through as I'm recording this, and keep in mind, Robert has a 72 three-point shot, base three-point shot alone. Now he's playing with me, and I have Hall of Fame floor general. Okay, so that increases your shooting statistics up by 4. Or your offensive stats up by 4, right? But Robert still has, from the corner, with Hall of Fame catch and shoot and silver corner specialist. I don't know why he has it on silver, but for whatever reason he does. He still has under 20% chance to make a 3. Mind you, he has a 75 three-pointer, and again, we were told that that is what you needed as a minimum to be a threat from behind the arc. That just doesn't make any sense why 2K would sit there and say that and then basically lie about it. And, again, I'm holding 2K accountable for this one. Mike Wang, I'm holding you accountable because you basically lied. And that's not acceptable. Okay? You can't sit there and make these claims and then turn around and lie about it. Like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. And it's funny to me how everybody just forgot that everyone just forgot the fact that you were the one in 2K20 that also said you could change your takeover. You were the one that said that. But yet I love how everybody just forgot that. Like, everybody knew that you could, like, lying about changing your takeover, but I don't think anybody ever realized that it was you, Mike, that lied about it. And so I'm not gonna let this slide anymore. Now, I'm gonna sit here and ask, what could 2K do? Well, I would say the obvious is obviously just making everybody be able to shoot is not good. Okay, that's gonna break the game because then we're gonna have people running around with a 53-point shot greening consistently. Okay, I've seen people do that, and no, I'm not a fan of that shit. So I would argue that that is the worst possible thing you could do. But I would also like to argue that doing nothing is also a terrible idea. I would argue that 2K doing nothing in this situation, we could probably have a debate that can go round and round and discuss this and have a big like climactic discussion about this. But I would argue that doing nothing might be potentially worse for the community rather than just making every build be able to shoot. I would argue that because, like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that it's, the only concrete evidence. If you disagree, obviously you can disagree. But the thing I just find is that if 2K just does nothing about it, then a few things are going to happen. One, shooting bigs are going to be dead, and those are so valuable in today's NBA, and even especially in today's 2K, when you have a lot of ISO players that like to just ISO and then take people off the dribble, and they don't want to just settle for jump shots all game. Sometimes they may want to just get ankle breakers and get contact dunks. Like that's what well, maybe not the ankle breaker part, but I like to ISO and get contact dunks at the basket. So I would argue that that is a terrible idea. And I need a shooting player. I need shooting all around me for this build. I need consistent shooters around me for this type of a build. This archetype is not very good with no shooters around it. So again, doing nothing, that makes it kills shooting centers. Number two, it makes guards that cannot shoot obsolete. If you cannot shoot the ball in this game, then you're just not going to be very good at all. And that's completely and utterly like just a waste of time for people who don't want to just be 3-point shooters. I know people like to shoot the ball, and trust me when I say it's fine, whatever. But I don't want to conform to being a playmaking shot creator. That's not what I like to do. I'm not going to just dribble all over the place and then shoot a three. Like, that's not what I like to do. I don't find that fun. And if you find that fun, then okay, cool. Have your fun. But I don't approve of just being able to do that because that just takes away from a lot of things. That just takes away from things that, realistically speaking, other builds should be able to to do. Like maybe you just want to be a a lockdown defender that catches the occasional lob pass, But because you can't shoot a three, you're just gonna be considered a liability. Now, again, those builds I can understand, but say you're even say a rebounding guard. Those ones that have the rebound, the 3-and-D build. The ones that have shooting in their pie chart. Well, those ones, if you build it past 6'5", unless you minimize your wingspan, you're not going to receive the ability to shoot consistently like that because of the fact that you're going to be below a 75 for a 3-point shot or even a mid-range jump shot. So to me, that's also ruins that build, especially when you consider the fact that it is supposed to be a shooting build. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. Also, just a quick thing, full whites need to go in 90% less. I'm so sick of seeing full whites consistently going in. I think you should have to green your shots or consistently or be trash at shooting. Personally, I think that's what you should do. Just a quick side note on that. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this discussion video. I actually want to hear your opinion about this situation in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you really if you guys did enjoy this content. Like the video, obviously, if you agree with anything I say or you just enjoyed the video. But with that being said, gentlemen, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.